Hi, welcome back to Mr. Slover's Math. Today we're going to use the power rule of exponents. So we're going to start by simplifying. So 5 squared is 5 times 5 is 25. Negative 6 squared is negative 6 times negative 6, which is a positive 36. So if you're using your calculator, make sure you put it in parentheses, just like it shows here. And then letter C is 4 to the fourth power, which is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, which is 256. So down here, this is just getting us ready to discover what the power rule is on our own. So if I were to rewrite 2 cubed squared, I would have 2 cubed times 2 cubed. And then 2 cubed expands out to 2 times 2 times 2. 2 cubed expands out to 2 times 2 times 2. And then we count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So 2 to the 6th power. So here it's a little bit easier because I color-coded them. So 5 cubed is in the first one's in the blue, this one is in the red, and this one's in the green. So you can see exactly what I did. So if you count, there's 9 of them. You can do the same thing for variables. So there's 2 of them, 2 of them, 2 of them, 2 of them, total of 8. So what I'm asking you is if you look at the numbers, look at the powers 3 and 2, is there some operation that you can do to those that will give you 6? Is there some operation with these powers, which is 3 and 3, that could give you 9? Is there some operation using these powers, 2 and 4, that would give you 8? Same thing here, 2 and 2. Well, hopefully you guessed multiplying, or you thought multiplying, and that's true. So anytime you raise a power to a power, you are multiplying your exponents. So example 1, they all say simplify each expression. So m to the fourth raised to the second power. So m is my base, and I have 2 powers there, 2 exponents. I'm going to multiply them together, just like I showed in red. 4 times 2 is 8. So my answer is m to the 8th. Letter B, x to the 10th raised to the 4th. So 10 times 4 is 40. My base is x. And then letter C. So it just says w, and it's raised to the 6th power. Well, it's really w to the first. That's where this 1 comes in. Even though there's no power printed, it is a 1. So 1 times 6 gives us 6. In example 2, I'm going to challenge you a little bit more by including a coefficient. So anything inside of the parentheses is raised to the second power. So it's common for students to see the 4 times 2, which gives you the m to the 8th. But what's not so common is for students to see this 2 is also raised to the second power. Because that 2 really has an exponent of 1. It's just not typed out. So this is really saying 2 to the first power times m to the fourth power, and all of that is squared. So in your power to power rule, you multiply your exponents together. So the 2 has an exponent of 1, just like we had up here. The w had an exponent of 1, and we multiplied it by 6. Same concept here. So 1 times 2 gives us 2. So we have 2 squared m to the 8th. Or if you want to, you could have written 4m to the 8th. Letter B, same idea. Lots of students see the 10 times 4 and get x to the 40. But don't forget about that coefficient. That coefficient of 4 has an exponent of 1. So 4 to the first power times, or raised to the fourth power. So multiply your exponents, 1 times 4, you get 4. So 4 to the fourth. And then likewise for letter C, same concept. Now example 3, when you look at it, it looks like, oh, no, Mr. Slover, that's just too challenging. But this is all saying that I have m to the fourth raised to the second power, and then I'm going to raise that to the fourth power. But if you notice, these are all power to power. Well, power to power just means you're multiplying your exponents together. So 4 times 2 times 4. 4 times 2 times 4, 32. So m to the 32 power. Same idea for letter B. The only difference is my base here is m, which is a variable. My base here is 4. That base of 4 stays a 4. It doesn't change. The only thing changing in this one is those exponents. So 10 times 4 times 2 gives us 80. And then letter C is just another example of what we did in example 2. 4 raised to the 5th power is 4 to the 5th. G raised to the 5th power is g to the 5th. W cubed raised to the 5th power is w to the 15th. And I leave my answer just like that. I don't have to do anything else. So anytime you're doing a power to a power, an exponent to an exponent, you multiply those powers together. And if